Yes, this is, I'm sure, been a wild ride for you. Super long season with the national championship, then the pre-draft process, and now an early round draft pick. What has this ride been like for you?
Man, it's been a ride for sure. I think, like you said, going from Natty straight to training for the combine to going out training for pro day to now you're still training and waiting for it's a long ride, but man, I'm just blessed I was able to, go through this. And I always said I'd be doing myself my younger self a discredit if, if I wasn't grateful for this moment. But for surely a long ride, but man, God put me in the right place at the right time for the right reason. So I'm just glad to be here.
James.
JT, can you pronounce your last name for us?
Uh Tuimoloau.
Okay, thank you for that. And then
Yeah.
also to follow up, um, what interest did the coach show in you throughout the pre-draft process, and what you know about him, I guess, before getting drafted?
Yeah, at the combine, I was able to, sit down and talk with them, just to, talk ball. They asked about, a little bit about who I was, but after that, it was just, I don't think I really didn't have that much conversations with them, but it was just a great conversation we had at the combine, which is very lasting impact. But that was the most we had was there, and then just a little text here back and forth.
Joel.
What's this day been like? What's it been like waiting and the emotions when you got the call?
Man, it's been a stressful day. We woke up early this morning around 7 a.m. to play, a round of golf. So we played 18 holes, and it wasn't long enough because I still had to wait for the draft. But I mean, it was just emotions are everywhere. You're just sitting and waiting. Family here, but man, I'm just blessed to to be a Colt.
Cap.
Yeah, JT, you mentioned that when you met with the Colts, they wanted to know who you are.
Mhm.
That's first question. The second question, with what you've been through at Ohio State, the success and the starts, does that prepare you quicker to step in and play right away?
Um, it's hard. It's hard to say now, but I feel like it has prepared me to handle the ups and downs. With the season we went through, and just what I've been through, it taught me how to navigate through the moments that are you're unprepared for, that you unexpect, and I'm just taking every day by day and just willing to just be where my feet's at, and just really take in where I'm walking, but at the same time, just be ready as I can be.
And when the Colts ask who you are, what did you tell them about who you are as a person?
Yeah, I told him I was just me being a Polynesian, person. I'm just a big family guy. One who's willing to always help the others out, or to do whatever it takes to, either be there for my brother, or whether it's just bringing them all over at the house, buying fight nights, or whatever it may be, Super Bowl nights, just catering all the food so that we are at a safe place. So for me, that's just the type of person I am. Just always willing to have that time with we're all together and create a bond that's deeper than just on the field.
One last question. You said you played golf today. How'd you shoot?
Man, it was scrambled. It was scrambled. It was scrambled. But we shot a 79 today, so that was way better than yesterday. Yesterday, man, I think I lost I lost about 10 balls. So emotions were high. I blame it on emotions. It's not really how I golf though.
Thank you.
James.
I got two for you. The first one being, I believe you were like the highest rated defensive recruit in Ohio State history. So, what was it like to go into that program with that amount of, I don't know if it's pressure is the right word, but just expectations and to deliver in the fashion that you did?
I didn't really pay much mind to it. My father, especially when those rankings first came out, I found out through my basketball teammates, and my father was quick to shut it down. He was just in a way to where he just wanted me to stay humble, as always. Numbers are just numbers, but what really matters is what you do on that field and how you make people feel. So for us, it was just go in with a humbling mindset and know that you have to regain the respect from your peers, earn that trust from your coaches, and just continue to love the game, and not just not stop falling in love with it. Always continue to just push yourself in any which way possible.
And then the second one I had was, I believe you trained with Tracy Ford when you were in high school.
Yes,
You got
sir.
to see some NFL guys, Cliff Averill, Bobby Wagner,
Hmm.
others. So, what was that like for you being, 17, 18 years old, and you're seeing what it takes to get to the level you are at now?
Yeah, it was a blessing for sure. Shout out to, Tracy Ford and, FSP, for allowing me to train with the vets. Only a select few high schools were allowed to train with the vets, but just seeing how they train, they're very intentional, very focused on the small details, and they always did the extra work. And, it's crazy that I was able to train with Zaire Franklin. And, we always made it a point because I wore number 44 and he did, and he was just always saying, make sure you rep the number well. And yeah, so it's crazy now that I'm entering this into this new door, that I'm able to play alongside him. So it's crazy, full circle.
How young were you when you started doing that?
Started training with the vets or the
Yeah.
pros.
Yeah.
I want to say 17, 16, 17, around there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jake?
So I'm sure you've probably seen by now that the Colts drafted Tyler Warren in the first round. You've got some experience going against him. What's he like as a player? What are the Colts getting in him?
Man, I playing against him, I love the way he plays. I mean, there's times, I think it was 2022 year, we're just going at it, but we're just like, telling each other like, man, like this is gonna be battle, like one of those fun competitions. And with him, he's a rugged athlete. I mean, he doesn't do too much talking, but he talks with his pads and with his hands and with his athletic ability. So with him, you're gonna silent assassin. That's a Swiss Army knife, as you guys seen. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody has seen it, but that just shows you how much tools he has in the bag. And I feel like you're not just getting a tight end. You're getting a lot of other weapons within one person.
Kevin?
JT, congrats. Welcome to Indy. For those that haven't seen you play, how would you describe your style?
For me, I think it's just I say one, passionate, two, powerful, and three, a mixture. A mixture. At my size, I'm able to have speed and power. And shout out to Coach Knowles and blessing Coach Knowles to be our DC. He allowed us to show that I can drop in pass cover or in the passing game. So I think you're just getting a all around player who's is always hungry and never wants to settle, and never just wants to get complacent.
Where do you want to grow most as a rusher?
I think it's not just a rusher. I think for me, I want to grow in any area. The IQ set of it, knowing that you're going against guys who are grown men and they're players of their craft. They're craftsmen. And for me, it's just understanding that part of it. And then in the run game, just want to be more just playing with my hands. And then two, just continue to critique and clean up my toolbox, and just being able to always find what other players do that helps them win, and just applying that to me. So being a sponge in all three areas of the game.
And then we'll do one more question from JJ.
Hey JT, you're talking about training with Z back when you were like 17. So that would have been with like Bobby Wagner and those guys in Seattle. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, a lot of guys. Bobby, Frankie, Cliff Avril's my D-line coach. Just yeah, a lot of dudes.
So Zaire, like he told me when he started training with those guys, this was like before he became a starter. Like, what do you remember about maybe his work ethic working with those guys that, maybe you took as a kid, just seeing, hey, this kid's a seventh round pick, really working his butt off to try to, make himself better.
Yeah, it was a mixture of knowing when to enjoy yourself, joke around with the boys, but when it got down to business and when you needed to handle something, man, they were locked in. And, me training with the high school guys and with the pro guys, that's what I noticed. A lot of us, we're just glad to be around each other. The pros were, but at the same time, they knew that they made it a point to get your work in and to not waste time. And for them, that's what I seen. And for me, it was like, man, they sacrifice all this time and they don't let no time go to waste. So for me, it was just, never let time pass by and always find areas to grow.